Hi, I'm Lisa. How much money do you need to have saved to buy a home? The general guideline is that you should have 6 to 10% of the price of the home. But you have probably heard of people who said that they closed with zero money down, or others who said that you should have 20% to be comfortable. So which is true? Well, both are, because these are two different approaches to closing on a home. For the rest of this video, I'm going to go over the pros and cons of each of these scenarios so that you can decide what is best for you. The first scenario is to close with as little cash as possible. The second scenario is how to close while paying as little lender fees and interest costs as possible. To understand the pros and cons of each, you need to understand that there are two categories of monies that you need to bring to the closing table. The first is the down payment you have on the home price. The second is all the costs associated with having this loan. First, for down payment. The minimum amount that you need for down payment, or skin in the game, depends on the loan type. Here on the screen, you can see the minimum percentage of home price for each type of loan. For example, if your home price is $200,000 and you're doing conventional loan, your down payment at least has to be $6,000. So if you want to bring as little cash to closing as possible, you want to give the minimum allowed by your loan type, which may be 0 to 3.5%. For your other costs, you can try to get it closer to 2% or lower by shopping around for lenders who offer lender credit or by applying for down payment assistance programs. Now know that most down payment assistance programs, unless you're low income and qualify for government grants, most of these programs cost you in terms of higher interest rates. So they're not free, but they do allow you to get into a home with little cash down. So for people who say that they close with zero money down or even get some cash back, they can do that by maximizing what they can get from lender credit and down payment assistance programs. But over the long terms of the loan, they're probably paying more for the loan unless they're getting government grants. So that's not good for you if what you want to do is pay as little in lender costs and interest costs as possible. So to understand how to minimize the second bucket of money that is associated with the cost of the loan, we're going to delve into these details next. Lenders are required to tell you where all the monies for closing go. Here is a loan estimate form that many lenders use. Let's go back up to the top of the form where it says loan costs. Part A, origination charges, is what the lender actually earns for making this loan. This is the money they keep. This is the part that you really need to attend to if you shop around for lower lender costs. This cost is embedded in the annual percentage rate, or APR. That's why when you shop around for lower lender costs, you want to compare lenders on their APR, not interest rate. Another way to pay as little in loan costs as possible is to not pay for PMI. You don't need to pay for PMI if you have at least 20% down payment. PMI is private mortgage insurance. If you put down less than 20% of down payment, lenders require that you pay for insurance to protect them in case you default. PMI can be as much as 1% of the loan, so it can be very expensive. To avoid paying this, you have to have at least 20% down payment. So let's summarize what we've gone over so far. If you want to bring as little money to closing as possible, you can probably get by with 0 or 5% of the home price saved. That's the pro. The con is that you're likely to pay more for the loan over the lifetime of the loan. If, on the other hand, you want to pay as little as possible for this loan over its lifetime, then the more money you can bring to closing, the better it will be. So the pro is that you get to pay less for having this loan, but the con is that you need to have a lot more saved. Exactly how much? Well, as much as possible, because most loan products allow you to drop PMI as soon as your contribution equals 20% of the home price. So all this depends on the home price. But how much will lenders qualify you for? Another way to ask that is how much can you afford based on your income and debt? And that's a different video. That video's link is in the description part of this video. For those of you who are wondering what are all these things on the loan estimate form, that's also its own video, and I'll put the link in the description part of this video too. This stuff is not easy, so play these videos over as many times as you need to understand them. Okay, I hope these videos are helpful for you, the first-time home buyer. If they are helpful, please help me out by going onto YouTube, give a thumbs up to the videos that you find helpful, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you!